everyone, I am Suhani Saraswat and you are watching Rubaroo podcast. Today's episode is all about dreams, imagination and the power of storytelling. Our guest is someone who have achieved incredibly something at the just age of 14. We welcome Samriddhi Jain.
Thank you so much.
She is a published author of the book The Colors Behind the Rainbow. Hello Samriddhi,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So what inspires you to write a book?
So I have two inspirations. First of all, my mom, Yujna, she published 3 books, and the last book, the latest book, I guess, that she published, Banaras Meets Berlin, is my main inspiration because seeing a book, something that she worked so hard for, finally being published, and the exhilaration, the sense of accomplishment that comes with it is amazing. That's why I started. And there's also another inspiration. Uh, I don't know if you know this book, but it's called Inside Out and Back Again. In the 3rd grade, my school organized a field trip for the whole of 3rd grade. I was in the 3rd grade at that time. There we went to this book event of this certain book. The author, she published her book at that time and talked about it, and we got to know about it a little, and seeing someone's experiences live or through a camera is also a great inspiration.
So, Samriddhi, when did you realize that your story could actually become a book?
I think it was when I finished my first story. I was overjoyed that I had finally completed something, and it took me a long while because school and other stuff, you know. So when I finally finished it and showed it to my parents and to my friends, I was really happy. That's when I knew I wanted to continue writing. The publishing part came after I finished 6 other stories. Seeing them pile up, I knew I was going to publish it. And of course, there's this fear of, you know, criticism and failure per se. But when there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. So, how much did it take to write a whole book?
I started writing this book when I was 12 years old, so 2 years ago. That, of course, there was a lot of things going on because I'm in the 9th grade. Well, I was in the 9th grade, 7th to 9th, I mean. And school took a lot of my time away from writing. There were also periods where I could not write at all, reading. So it took me around 2 years to write this whole book. Obviously, school was a major factor why it took so long, and writer's block. And if you're a writer, then you may know this, where you can't write anything you don't want to, or you just physically can't. So ये मेरे साथ हुआ था for a long period of time, but then I started again. Yeah, it took me 2 years.
So, for you, writing a book is more about passion or expressing your emotions?
I think it's both. I think I have a writer's drive in me. I really like to write, so there is a passion, but at the same time, I think expression is also a major factor because these stories, sorry, these stories are all about my morals, my emotions, my experiences. So expression is very big. I think it would be, it's a bigger factor,
Okay.
the expression.
So this book is like a certain age, मतलब इसको कितने age के लोग पढ़ सकते हैं, और like it is for the smaller ones or the adults or the teenagers?
मुझे लगता है कि हर कोई ये पढ़ सकता है, although I have set a target audience which is YA, that's the age group 12 to 18. So I think it's more towards that age group than any other, but like I said, anybody can read it, anybody can pick up a book.
So how can you define your stories?
I don't think there's a real umbrella term per se. There's no definition, but I can say that these stories, all of them have a core and
Okay.
are based on a what if. So, what if a ghost was scared of the dark? What if a woman saw herself in a panda? What if all the scars in the whole world were kept by a single person? Those kinds of what ifs. तो हर कोई रेनबो देखता है and they think of joy. But in life, there's always a counterpart to everything. So to joy, there's also sadness.
Mhm.
To anger, there is happiness or excitement. So to the rainbow, there are always other colors like black and grey.
Yeah.
That's why.
So how do you how do you feel when you saw your book is published, and like what was your like thinking, or how did you feel?
I felt great. When it first came at my doorstep, I was overjoyed. I just ran to the door and got the
Okay.
parcel. I showed it to all my family members, and I even started practicing my signature just for this. So it's lovely.
It was great talking to you, Samriddhi. If you have any doubt, you can comment down below at info.mstv.co.in. Thank you.